Welcome back to another episode of Coming Soon to San Mateo County. 11,000 new jobs. Number 2, increased homelessness. And number 3, another cost when you potentially sell in which city? We're gonna talk about it in this episode. So there could be potentially 11,000 new jobs here in South San Francisco, right at the border of San Bruno and South City, diagonally across from Tanforan and Century 20 theaters. There's gonna be a new campus with a mix of retail and, most importantly, a lot of jobs. The development is slated right adjacent to San Bruno City, and the shops at Tanforan is the latest in the intensifying life sciences boom here in the peninsula. I know in a previous episode, or maybe both of them, we talked about more biotech space, more jobs coming to the area. Well, here's another one. So what else is going to be included alongside the offices? So far, there's a planned restaurant, bar, on-site parking, and pedestrian bike friendly improvements so that people can commute to work. It's right next to the BART station as well, for those of you that don't know where Tanforan Shopping Center is. And it's gonna be a convenient location for people to commute to, regardless where you're coming from. Is homelessness on the rise here in San Mateo County? Well, according to an article released in late May, San Mateo County saw a 21% increase in the number of people experiencing homelessness compared to that in 2019. They documented over 1,092 people, and in a relative count in 2019, that was 191 more people that were experiencing homelessness. There were also 716 people found to be living in group shelters and hotels converted into interim housing to help. The county does have a goal to reach, in quotations, functional zero homelessness, meaning that every county resident experiencing homelessness can be safely sheltered in an emergency shelter or temporary or permanent housing provided by the city and the county. Lastly, you have another cost to look forward to if you're thinking about selling your home in South San Francisco. South San Francisco, as of June 21st and moving forward, is going to require what they call a city point of sale ordinance to check, clear, and improve sewer laterals. Now, the process begins with an application with the city and a third-party plumber to run a camera through your sewer line from your cleanout all the way to the public sewer line. Why is this important? Homeowners that are thinking about selling in the future, and if the close date is after June 21st, it looks like you're gonna have an additional cost of as low as $5,000 as we've seen to as high as $15,000. Now, is this just another cost that sellers have to bear? Or is it something that buyers will end up negotiating depending on how competitive the market's gonna be? These provisions help to ensure that the new property owner, AKA the buyer, is not stuck with an unanticipated costly repair. We estimate that 35% of residents have Orangeburg sewer laterals in the city, and those are the ones that have material that is basically paper and tar that are beyond their useful life. As a real estate agent in the area, this has become more and more common for cities to adopt. South City now gets added to a list of cities here in San Mateo County that requires a sewer lateral clearance. That's San Bruno, Millbrae, Pacifica, Burlingame, and San Mateo. The question then becomes, if you're in another city in San Mateo County, are you next? Curious to know your thoughts. I'm pretty sure it's gonna make it to the docket for the city councils. Wherever you are located in San Mateo, what are your thoughts on these added costs? Is this something you as a seller should bear? Or do you think the city should have some sort of plan in place to cover the costs? So these are the 3 stories I had for you today. Hopefully you found them interesting. If you have some things to mention to me, or if you come across something interesting that I should talk about, reach out to me. Until the next one, thank you so much.